It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go live. It doesn't really matter. I'm still kind of muted. There. Why did it mute? Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully that works. I moved the mic, but I don't know if connections are bad on it. Hopefully it didn't like mess it up. All right, looks like Larson's here. Megazoid's here. Met you at district time. Okay, Kevin says you can hear me. Luke's here. Joe Smoke's here. My rich friend Todd's here. Char's here. Hope you enjoyed your trip to DC. DC was fun. DC was fun. And I got this gift from my buddy Mark, who just chimed in. Check it out. It says Random Rob. Check that out. Is that a boss gift or what? Yeah, my buddy Mark right there. He hooked me up. Thanks, Mark. Maybe I'll just wear it on my live streams or something. I don't know. Whatever. I know Dane's not going to like it, but that's okay. 8 Dogs here, 4 o'clock Crown. Evan's here. Nilo's here. Bean Boy's checking in. There's Dane. Dane, look at my shirt. Check it out. It's awesome. Ginger Down Under's here. Leslie's joining in. Oh, man. Okay. Wow. You're right. It's horrible. What are you talking about? We were going to get matching shirts, Dane. Check this out. It says Random Rob. Yours could say Celine Driver. We could get it in different colors, I'm sure. It's awesome. Floridian's here. Michael's checking in from Montana. Jeff's here. Jeremy's here. Jeremy J. We got a lot of things to talk about. So many things. All the things. We're going to talk about all of the things. Check out the new hat. I don't have a whole lot of these. Yeah, see, Dane's coming around. Dane wants the blue camo. There we go. We just got to talk to Mark and figure out where the heck he bought it from. Joe smoking green. Yeah, see, we could all have different camo shirts. So when we did this would be kind of fun. We could do different like jerseys. It doesn't have to be camo jerseys, but it could just be like sports jerseys. Maybe at one of the next meetups, we did Hawaiian shirts at the Mimo meetup in Long Beach last year. I thought that was fun. Everybody was rocking Hawaiian shirts. Maybe we could do like sports jerseys this year coming up. That'd be kind of fun. Something different. Larry C's here. Larry, I just did the unboxing of your mod watches. Dang, these things are good. They are super good. I got them back over there. I'm not going to put them out on the table today, but like I have them and the video will go up soon. Oh, let's see. John says, yo, I have the Notice watch. Can I buy a signed hat? Sure, John. Email me. randomrobreviews@gmail.com. And I'll get one sent over. I'm assuming, hopefully, you're in the U.S. It makes it easier for me. But I have the full black ones where this is all blacked out, and then I have a few of these. I don't have a ton of them, but yeah, I could sign one probably on the bottom of the bill or something. I just have to find like some sort of paint pen or something. But yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Dane says, I've been on a few other watch live streams lately. Lots of trolls. Wonder if they will dare to show up here. Bring it. Dane is ready to go to stop the trolls. Mark says, I got the jersey on Fans Idea website, and they let you customize it. I mean, it turned out pretty good. I mean, the Random Rob looks cool. The 24 for 2024. I think it turned out pretty dang good. I don't know how often I'll wear it, but I think it's kind of cool to maybe have on the live stream. Mix it up a bit. It's pretty fun. Oh, let's see. Greg, my buddy Greg, this guy, Greg Woody, he's OG. He's been in the watch community forever. He's texted me and he just said like, oh my God. And I'm assuming he's in reference to the shirt. And Greg, I have to say, everybody in the comments too, you can chime in if you guys know Greg, if you don't know Greg, happy 40th wedding anniversary to Greg and his lovely wife. They're celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary on an epic vacation. So I wish them all the best, and enjoy, enjoy, man. It's like the 40th wedding anniversary honeymoon. Hopefully, you guys are, um, you know, doing all that. So, Midwest Watch Dude is here. Let's see. I doubt they do a. Let's see. Oh, right here. I doubt they do a Celine Driver shirt though. Copyright. Mark says, full pass. They don't care. Just give me your money. They don't care. So I'll have. I don't know if I'll catch up to Greg, but next year in February will be my wife and I's 30th wedding anniversary. So I I wish everybody that I know. I wish they could have, great long lasting relationships like that with their spouse. I know it doesn't always work out, but when it does, it's pretty dang good. See, Travis Trap Vision is here. Thanks for joining. You do a crazy amount of live streams. I try to catch them, but man, I can't keep up. You do a lot. Red Letter checking in from Oz, Australia. Anonymous Watch guys here. Greg, you're getting some congrats on your anniversary in the comments. That's nice. That's nice. Probably didn't broadcast it. Probably didn't expect me to, nor wanted me to. But you know what? That's just what I do. Paul's checking in from Dallas. Hung out with Paul at DC District Time. We had a blast as always. I know Paul bought. I know you bought a couple of watches for sure. There's one for sure. I know that you've been like kind of working that deal for a while. I gotta get this hat off. Driving me nuts. I don't normally mind wearing hats, but like I haven't been wearing hats recently, and it's just I gotta take a break from hats for a minute. I'm gonna switch over to jerseys. Todd says, "What were your top watches from DC District Time?" Well, my rich friend Todd, it's funny that you ask that. I am going to share my other screen, and I'll show you one of them. So, um, the main watch that I've been lusting after actually for a little bit now. It hasn't been out a ton of time, but this guy here, right here, this Zao Baltimore watch, full loomed orange dial. I've been lusting after this. Well, at District Time, I finally did it. So I still have to size up the bracelet because it does come with a nice black bracelet. It's titanium, but it's DLC. So that's pretty dang cool. Plus the full lume dial and a nice automatic. So pretty dang cool. And yes, I'm just now noticing that most of those watches, all of those watches have orange dials. I didn't realize that when I set them out. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I realized that. So, yeah, I like orange watches. Fact is, a lot of people have pointed out that they suspected I liked orange dial watches. I didn't really read too much into it. I did a little bit of soul searching. Turns out I actually do like orange dial watches. So I decided not to fight it anymore. Just going to go wholeheartedly into it. So Megazoid has the purple version of that. That was honestly the purple one was the original one I was lusting after, but I don't think he had that full lume orange dial out when I was looking at the purple one. Then that one came out, and now I obviously I had to go that route. Let's read Paul's comment. Paul says, "If you ever have a chance to meet Rob, do it. He is so sweet and kind. It's an authentic watch lover. Rob, you're the best." Paul, you're making me blush. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I met a lot of new people there. I had revisiting people there. It was very awesome. District Time literally was like probably more than twice the foot traffic as last year. So pretty dang awesome show, and I'm excited to see what they do next year. Mac was there representing Canopy Watches. He's half owner of Canopy. Checking in. You're not late, Mac. You're right on time. We were waiting for you. Jeff says the Orange Bullet SKX recommended. that one's been on my list. I just haven't pulled the trigger, but pretty much focusing on like new watches, new release watches. There's a lot of really good orange dial new watches. So, and that would be pulling from the backlog catalog. So, we'll see. Da, 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 da. Let's see. The Zhao Natty. Oh, yes. Mark. The Zhao Natty Boy watch comes in beer can for packaging. Didn't really realize that until we were able to go hands on at the show. The packaging is awesome. The watch is super high quality. I forgot about that. I actually have that watch inbound as well. That'll be um, probably like my second or third orange dial watch. I don't really no, I don't really keep track or count of how many orange dial watches. Um, like all joking aside, I actually don't even know how many watches are out there. I didn't count them. I don't care. People ask me that stuff all the time. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So why am I on the Wi-Fi? I'm connected to the Ethernet. That is weird. It keeps bouncing back and forth. Da, da, da. Hey, Eric says I got a nice watch comment on his random Rob notice at the grocery store the other day. That's what Orange does. Orange gets that response. It's in their face. They can't help but look at it. They're mesmerized by it. They love it. Let's see. Paul says, that's what you want me to say, right, Rob? Thanks for the check. It's in the mail, right? Yeah, for sure. I got you, bro. I'll just PayPal you. It's faster. Let's see. Cordell says, just joining in. I think I see a theme here. I intentionally did that. Obviously, I could have put out, I unboxed a bunch of watches. They're all behind me here in these cubbies. Typically I would put those out, but I'm just feeling inspired, invigorated, enthusiastic about the next phase of my watch journey. I'm about to do some, I already did the soul searching part of it. So I'm about to list, I point over here because this is where the IKEA drawer system is. I'm about to probably list, I don't know, a dozen watches or so that don't meet my vision of where I want to be right now. So as you see the theme here with the orange, there's two orange watches. One I've been lusting over for a while, and you guys that watch the channel on a regular basis will probably be able to call that watch out. I've said I was going to buy it. I've neglected buying it. I've been, putting it off, because it's a lot of money, sort of thing. Uh, but I'm going to sell some. The money's there. It's just parked in watches. So I need to sell those watches, pick up that watch I want, and then there's another one, but I need to achieve that one first. It's driving me nuts. I have to accomplish that. I need to get that watch. Need, right? Like it's some sort of addiction. It kind of is. I think it's fine though. Did you give up? Luke, good question. I got asked that question at the show. Quick answer is kind of, because I never really truly defined the watch library in the sense that I had like parameters or rules to what I was trying to achieve, other than just a crap ton of watches. But the library is going to look different. It's just going to look different. It's going to be more focused on what I really want. So that's all. Let's see. Well, wife gonna roll her eyes again when I buy another watch. Uh, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with the whole wife thing. My situation is different because I have the channel, so like it just kind of is what it is, sort of thing. But all right, I gotta highlight a couple things. So my buddy Anonymous Watch Guy, 100% called it out. ZRC, that's the one I'm going for. Need to make that happen. So that's my new goal. Tennessee Mike called it out shortly after. Dane says, "Who am I kidding? You never have any Zelos, so you won't be selling any Zelos." Correct. I actually don't have any Z. Oh, no, that's not true. I do have one Zelos. I do have one Zelos. However, um, it does actually kind of meet another criteria I have. So in 2024, I've committed myself. I'm only purchasing like my actual money, which I didn't buy this one. This was given to me for the watch video. but white dial and orange dial watches. So um, my money when I buy a watch, it has to be. I've actually even committed even further. If I'm gonna buy it, it needs to be orange dial. So if if s- if a brand gives me a white dial watch, I'm gonna keep it. So this one's on the keeper list. I actually really like this Zelos. It's titanium. It's white. I think it's actually full loom. It's a great watch. So and Dane doesn't want it, so that's fine. Hold on a second. I'm gonna pick my nose. Yep, that just happened. Okay, we're back on. Let's see. A dude in his watch. I can highlight this. Hold on. How? Let me see here. Kendall says, "How are the notice bands? Are they tight or sloppy?" The notice bands. You mean the bracelet? They're pretty tight. Have I not done the video on that? I guess I did the video when the one I ended up giving to Tennessee Mike, but I don't think I've. I'll have to do another video on it. Been 10 months. I'm trying to read the comments, guys. Sam's dad says, "Been 10 months since I decided I would reward myself with a new watch, but I haven't decided which one to get." 10 months? Interesting. Let's see. A dude in his watch says, "I've been in the sub $1,000 category lately, but I'm thinking about buying another Aquaterra." Aquaterra is pretty much a friggin' home run watch. The only problem with Aquaterra, like if you're buying it new, which whatever your purchase decision is, the Aquaterra is like more expensive than even the Seamaster and stuff. So if you can get a used one, for a lot cheaper, they seem to take a bigger hit. It's an incredible watch. It is a great, just everyday watch, no doubt about it. Let's see. I missed a bunch of comments. James Duffy says, "I'm still waiting for Christopher Ward to email me to say my Bel Canto is ready or another delay." Yeah, hopefully you get that call soon. I have 5 Christopher Wards here. They wanted to send me a Bel Canto to video. This is going to sound weird. Like they wanted to send me that and the moon phase. And I'm like, don't send me those. People can't get them. Why would I do? I already do enough videos of watches that people can't get. So why would I? I just I have I know it sounds messed up. I'll eventually review the Bel Canto, but maybe if they do an orange dial one, I don't know. But like I almost don't want to do it because it's a bunch of people like James Duffy where you either have it or you're close to getting it or you're new getting it or whatever level of waiting you're at with the watch, but it is in such high demand and such backlogged. It's just I feel like I'm just taunting or whatever. I'd rather show watches that you can get, currently just go purchase if I can find more of them. I know I still have my mix of watches that are difficult to get. The 12 is really cool too. I do have one of those. I need to make the video on it. Actually, I have it right here. They sent me like this blue dial. They did a great job on this watch, for sure. Personally, I don't know. I think this is better than the PRX, but it's up there. Like I I would love to do a side by side with this and the Dorenzo, which I don't have the Dorenzo now, but the sharper, more angular edges on this, but still not overly sharp like some of the Tissot PRX has. I think this feels very refined for the look of it. And this is a great watch, but I'd be torn. I'd almost still probably go with the Dorenzo. Um, I am trying to read comments, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Also been looking at some SLA, SJE, 52 MAS. Those are good. My rich friend Todd has the Snow Leopard. Finally, that is an awesome watch. The next time we meet up, I'm assuming you'll have that. Hopefully, I can do a quick video with it. I don't want you to send it to me. I don't think you would anyway, but I don't want you to. I would rather just do it like when we meet up or something. We'll just figure that out. Let's see. Would you spend 1,000 on a micro brand or go with Seiko SPB 143? First time in the live stream, but long time follower. It depends on the micro brand. I clearly would spend $1,000 on a micro brand. That orange, this notice here, this guy right here, that guy. I spent I think 12 or 13 on that. I mean, even that visitor, what are those, like 700 or something? The Zal Legacy is kind of getting up there. Um, yeah, I mean, most of these mic that's the thing with micro brands is you can get more watch for less money. So like you typically don't have to spend $1,000 on a micro brand. There's not a whole lot of micro brands out there where you will spend $1,000 unless you get to like Monta or Notice is moving upscale with some of their stuff, things like that. And I still think I would probably go with the micro brand for a couple of reasons. One, I love Seiko. I'm a Seiko fanboy. Don't get me wrong, but the it's more fun to be more like uh, closer to directly connected to the brand owners. Definitely, if you can make it to a show, we're going to talk about the shows. Um, I'm not sure what shows Monta's going to, or if they're going to any of them. I haven't talked to them in a little bit, but if you can make it to some of these shows, I think that creates a little bit better um, romance to it. Like I'm not, I don't want to make it sound weird, but like there's that level of romance with the purchase because it kind of turns a sterile purchase of just buying a watch online and having it shipped, and you're excited because it showed up and everything like that. Even if you go to an authorized dealer with Seiko, um, there's some great authorized dealers out there, and you'll develop a relationship with the salesperson. But also, uh, it's just different. Like you have a more emotional purchase when you are talking to the brand owner and you can tell their passion towards the brand. Obviously, they're trying to sell watches to make money to provide for their family and everything like that. I get that part of it. But you feel a different vibe when you're in that environment. Definitely when you're at the shows and everything. Um, it's a different vibe. Like because they're all businesses. They're all turning profits. Hopefully, some of them aren't. Some of them are legit struggling. Travis says Monta's live on Instagram right now. I could go over there um, and bring it up. That'd be kind of funny, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour myself a little bit of bourbon. I have not been drinking, but I do want like just a little bit, just because I haven't had drinks in a while. I have to pick what I'm going to drink. Probably going to go with. Um, I think I'm going to go with this Ben Holiday soft red wheat bottle and bond. This stuff is super good. So I will try a little bit of that. I'm not having very much because one, I haven't had hardly anything to drink in a while, so it wouldn't take very much and it'd get me in trouble. So okay, let's see. Read some comments. Carlos says, "I love going to watch shows. It is definitely a great experience, even if you don't buy anything, just hanging out with the people." Greg says, "Supporting a small business." Yeah, supporting a small business, the entrepreneurship, the creativity, and everything that comes with the micro brands. But I still feel like even when you're buying from a trusted, authorized dealer, um, I think you're still supporting, a salesperson that's trying to support their family and a business. Like it's still a family business. Like it's still all good. Let's see. I don't think so. I don't think Janot's. I'll have to talk to the owner, but I don't think they have anything on the docket to come out with anything new for that. Dude in his watch says, "I'm going to St. Louis in a week. Plan on stopping by Monta. That would be cool. I'd love to do that visit. That'd be fun." Anonymous watch guy giving me a little jab says, "Going cheap tonight. Drinking with some H&H." Oh no, you're saying you're going cheap. Okay, I have not tried H&H. Because even this Ben Holiday is not very expensive. It's not very expensive. It's difficult to find though. So I've got enough Seikos. Let me see. Ginger Down Under says I've got enough Seikos. Look at them as my base and then supplement with micros. That's solid. I mean, to a certain extent, I kind of do that too. I don't have any. There's some Seiko that I would like to have, but they never seem to like stick with me, except for like the orange. I need color, right? I mean, clearly, I need that color. I need that color in my life, or it just doesn't stick. Paul says when the Draken Paragon Pilot watch released, the new edition Type B. I just opened up one of those. Um, where is it? Oh, it's buried. Oh no, it's not. It's right here. I think I'm allowed to show this. Am I allowed to show this? What's the is this embargoed? Am I allowed to? I don't know what the rules are. I don't really care what the rules are. A freaking great looking watch. I thought it was going to be like too big on my wrist. It's not. It wears great on my wrist. I almost did a collab with them too. So let's see. My buddy Chris has already drank everything in the house. That used to be my problem until I I stocked up. So I stocked. Where's the thing? All the stuff I stocked up, and then I quit drinking. So I still haven't even had a sip of that. Have not tried that either. Anonymous Watch Guy. Old Granddad 114 is where it's at. I probably will try that at some point. Hey, Kyle Casper. That's my nephew. So that's blood. Thanks for joining, Kyle. I don't think I've ever seen you pop on one of my live streams. Kyle probably likes orange. Look, he's wearing an orange vest in the his picture there. That's cool. My nephew just popped on. I think I have tinnitus. That smells really good. Ginger Down Under says Paragon releases on March 22nd. So yeah, I probably need to get that video done soon. I got so much travel coming up, and I gotta catch up on videos. It's ridiculous. Tomorrow, I am releasing the Notice Raven collab build. That watch is epic. That video I will release it probably midday. So no, Dane, no, leave Kyle alone. Kyle's good to go. I've decided more of a black dial. Black dial is like the quintessential watch, right? Black dial watch is safe, but it also is timeless. So I think calling it safe is a little bit of cop out. Calling it timeless is a better way of saying it because um, it's potentially a better choice for people in most cases. So let's see, reading some comments. Any more color in my collection here? James Duffy says, where'd it go? It went up here, one moved. James Duffy says, I need more color in my collection. Two, just added an orange dial and green dial for the first time this year. I'm so proud of you, James. Hopefully I'll see you out in California. Speaking of California, let's talk watch meetups. We got 100 people. We're about halfway in. Before we talk watch meetups, I want to share something with you because I had a great conversation with you guys. You guys know Swiss Watch Company USA, right? Let me do share screen. Let me do window share. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so you guys know Swiss Watch Company USA. Let's go to products. I want to show you, okay, this guy, which I actually have out on the table. So it's this guy right here, which my video orange is probably a little bit better than what you're seeing on the screen. So that orange, that's the Arc. Super affordable, small seconds quartz watch, titanium, and insanely comfortable. I didn't even know that Swiss Watch Company USA was doing orange, let alone yellow or purple. I didn't know they were doing colors. So they do colors in some of this stuff. And hey, Fedora Gents here. Thanks for joining. So I scheduled a phone conversation with Jacob today. Had that conversation right towards the end of my work day. He's a couple hours behind me. But I proposed an idea at DC District Time with him, and he seemed very excited, at least matched my energy of excitement with the potential for doing a Random Rob limited edition Swiss Watch Company USA watch. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to share most of the details. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the bunker. So for example, here's the purple bunker. We're gonna do the bunker. Now, in case you don't know what the bunker is, the arc, the one I showed on video, is kind of like the bunker light. It's a little bit smaller. The bunker is probably, in my opinion, based on facts, the best watch they make. Best value proposition. It's a Swiss watch. All their watches are Swiss watches, but it's a Swiss made watch. The Sellita SW200, grade 2 titanium, perfect size for me, biased. Fedora just says Archie Bunker. Um, so what we're gonna do, because I didn't realize they were doing colors, I'm gonna do orange dial, bunker, no date. So it's gonna be that dial. I should probably show you the yellow one. Maybe I'll show you the. Come on now, where'd the yellow one go? Okay, I'll show you the yellow one. So it's gonna be the bunker, grade 2 titanium, that case finish, all that stuff. It's gonna be orange dial, no date. So it's gonna be this color orange, not small seconds like the arc. It'll be a 3-hander like that. Orange dial, no date, automatic, titanium. It's gonna come on. I'm not sure what color yet, but that Velcro strap. That thing on the titanium watch is incredibly comfortable. Now, I know it's not going to be for everybody, so maybe we'll package it with that and the leather. We have to sort some of the fine details out. The only thing that I'm trying to figure out what color to go with additionally is the tip, just the tip of the seconds hand. I have to figure out what color to have just the tip. So other than that, minor detail, case size is I think 41 millimeter. And you can get the bracelet for it. The bracelet's $150 extra, but it's not going to be, because the price point, we want to keep it at the same, $495. So Swiss made SW200, screw down crown, 100-meter water resist, 20 layers of X1 grade Swiss Super Luminova. The lume on these are incredible. Dane, I think blue tip would be the correct complementary color for the orange, but for that reason, I don't want to do that. I almost want to do a different color. So I'm thinking outside the box. I'm working on some renders, and then we'll figure out that. Yeah, 41 millimeter. The lug width is 22 millimeter, which is kind of wide for that watch, but I can't change that because they already have the cases. Now, the other thing to kind of go along with it, and again, this is not going to be everyone's jam, but if you pick up one of these, which these are going to come out soon, the Zulu Alpha single pass straps, random rod limited edition, OD green, orange stitching. These on one of those orange dial watches look great. Actually, this is the Vero on the green strap. I love that color combo. So I think pairing those up would be awesome. I actually really thought about this. Ginger Down Under, purple tip. There's some jokes there. I get it. I know there's some jokes to be made there. That's okay. But I would go with purple over the blue for sure. And it would be almost like the mirror image of this one, where they did the purple dial with the orange tip. So purple is definitely high up there. It's a strong possibility. Dane says he'll buy one if it has the blue tip. Dane, I will make you one with the blue tip seconds hand, just to appease you if they'll do it. I will make that happen for you. You could potentially have a one of one. I'll talk to Jacob and see if he can do that. Just because Dane and I are so tight, I'll see if I can make that happen for you, brother. Okay, but I could see doing the purple tip for sure. Maybe a colorful almost. I think the watch is gonna look great. So yeah, the yellow dial is awesome. The purple one's awesome. Yeah, anonymous watch guy. I just need to figure out just the tip. That's the only last detail. I just need to figure out the tip. So if you guys, I'm not looking. It's not a democracy, so I don't need you guys to tell me what to do with just the tip. I'm gonna pick the color. I'm waiting on some renderings so I can pick the tip. Would you use a darker orange? So the orange, let me switch back to this. So the orange is actually going to be this color orange here. So it is a bit more of a, I don't know what we call it, like reddish orange, darker orange compared to, well, you have one of these. So like this would be a fair comparison. So you can see the color difference between the Notice, right? You can see it's more, it's similar. It's just a little bit on the darker side compared to that. Like I don't know that there's a whole lot of matching orange on the table, honestly. That's the thing I love about orange is like there's just any color. There's just so many different colors. Um, well, okay, Brian. Let's see. Jack says, "Dang, a whole lot of orange on the table." But Brian said this. Now, that's one of the renders I'm waiting on. Green, an OD green tip to match the strap. I want to do something different, and that is different, Brian. It's very specific. But for the most part, it's subtle because it's a very small detail on the watch, and I would totally wear that watch on that OD green strap all day long. I think that'd be a good way to go. So I think I want to see what it looks like though. So Jacob's going to do some renders for me. I just want to see what that look like. There's one other color I'm not going to talk about that I want to see that's probably going to be hideous, but I just kind of want to see what it looks like. Okay, now that we talked about the Random Rob Swiss Watch Company USA bunker, it's the Random Rob bunker. I'm in the Random Rob bunker, and I'm gonna work with Swiss Watch Company USA to make one. So then I'd have a Random Rob bunker in the Random Rob bunker. Yes, that would be kind of cool. So I'm excited. They seem like they're excited about it. There's only going to be 50 of them. So uh, I didn't want to go more than that. I love doing 50. We did 100 with Notice, and I think that was a great number for Notice because that's a I wanted to make sure everybody that wanted one of those got one of those. So, but with the bunker, I want to keep it super low. I want to keep it at 50. So it's going to be, I think they'll sell pretty quick. So yeah, I think Travis, I think the bunker, honestly, in my opinion, based on facts, the bunker is the best watch so far that Swiss Watch Company USA makes. I do know that there's going to be some cool stuff happening later in the year with Swiss Watch Company, so that'll be pretty cool. Any left-handed ones? No, I'm not doing a Destro on this one. Didn't even talk about that. Not going to do it for this particular model. So I love Destros, so I have some other discussions with some brands about future collaborations, but I don't want to like oversaturate. Like this will be the second one this year, kind of. So, and we're only into March, so I need to need to space it out a bit. Now, this is the early conception of it because that bunker won't be probably built and done and ready to ship. They'll do it quick, but we're probably talking like 2 months out. So we might do a pre-order on that. I don't know if they need to. They might not do that, but like I said, there's only gonna be 50 of them, and I'm gonna offer up to my private Discord first. So I imagine 25 of them are gonna get gobbled up there, and then we'll go from there. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about. Let me share the screen. Let's talk about the tip. No, let's talk about shows. Intersect, Atlanta specifically is Char, yeah. My logo, just like all the other watches. Let's see. My logo, I'm only like a little bit of a narcissist, so I want my logo on the case back. I'm not full narcissist. I can't have it on the front. That's for the brand owner to do. So we're going to keep the logo to the back, and they'll be individually numbered. How thick is the bunker? The bunker is thin. It is incredibly thin, actually. Where's the specs? Here we go. It is 10 millimeter thick. Now that's their measurement. I'd have to go back to my video. Okay, Nate Dogg says it's like 10 and a half. So it's like 10, 10 and a half, right in there. It's a great size watch, but Well, actually, the lug's pretty short. You could pull it off, no problem for Darjan, no problem. So, okay, Intersect, watch shows. Let's focus, guys. Let's focus. We're gonna get to San Francisco, Todd. Let's do it in um, chronological sequence. Let's do it from the time of the shows that are going to occur. So first up, the 2024 watch shows have kicked off. District Time was, in my opinion, the first one, right? So they kicked it off. Awesome show. It was beyond awesome, actually. Talking to Lauren and Bill and and everyone that was involved, super awesome. They got me set up in a lounge. I had a great time there. Plus, the attendance was way far exceeding their expectations. Great show. Now, that's in the past. Great show, but let's move on. Intersect. Today is March 11th. So, in what, 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks? Yeah, less than 2 weeks. March 23rd, Atlanta. I am booked. I'm flying in and staying in Atlanta. It's the show is only one day, but let's first off, I love right here. Buy the brands for the enthusiast. In case you didn't know, Intersect is was kind of developed from its conception by some of the best micro brands in the industry that are they're just great people. So, and then of course other people are like, "Hey, we want in." So they're they're already growing and it just started. So you got little blips here. There's Marcus from Formex. On the front was Alan from Zao. It's so cool to talk to these people on a regular basis. So that's why you want to go to a show. Okay, so you can RSVP and all that stuff. I just show up. So here it is, Saturday, March 23rd, from noon to 5. It's one day, it's 5 hours. It's going to be awesome. It's 2060 Airport Industrial Park Drive, Southeast Marietta, Georgia. I don't know Atlanta or Marietta. I don't know that area at all, so I don't know like what that looks like. All I know is I'm flying in and getting hauled over to the airport or to my hotel or whatever, and then we'll go from there. That's Friday night. We'll probably hang out. If you guys are going to be there, I know some people in my Discord are planning on going there. Leslie's going to be there. Off Duty's going to be there. I know a few other people are going to be there that are semi-local. So I'm excited to hang out with everybody. I would like to do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll build a chat in the Discord. But if you're not in my Discord and you're just on this live stream and you happen to be local to Atlanta and you're going to go to this, um, Brian says Marietta is a hike from the airport. That's fine. Celine Driver says Marietta is northwest of downtown, fairly safe area, safer than downtown anyway. Okay. And I don't plan to go downtown. This is a quick blast trip. I'm flying in Friday. I'm flying out Sunday. I got to go back to work Monday. So there's drink tickets. I don't know what they're selling there, but at District Time, I brought 3 awesome bottles of bourbon and I hid 2 of them at 2 different booths. So I'm probably going to do the same thing at this one. I might buy them there or I might bring them. I hate checking bags, but I have another bottle of Blanton's and another bottle of Eagle Rare, and I might park them at some booths. But I don't know. I might save that for a drive trip. I don't know. We'll see. But here's the roster. Check out the roster. Let's see. Joe says he spent over 1,000 on micro. But you pick out some of the coolest friggin' micro brands, and even Kickstarter sometimes. I know that's risky, but man, you've gotten some gems doing that stuff. So I've checked them out. They're freaking awesome. Okay, so we got Anordane, Arcanaut, Astor Banks is going to be there, Bespoke, Christopher Ward's going to be there. I'm assuming Mike Pearson. I'll have to hit him up. RT from Colorado Watch Company is probably going to be there. He might have help. Jerry from Dryden is going to be there. Fears is going to be there. I know Joe's had a Fears before. I think he sold it or tried to sell it. I can't remember, but Fears is a cool brand. Marcus and whoever else from Formex might be there. I know Marcus was at District Time. Jack Mason's going to be there, so I'm assuming Peter's going to be there. He's awesome to hang out with. Laurier is going to be there. MK2 is going to be there. very vintage military inspired watches. Of course, Notice, Wes, and Cullen are going to be there. They're kind of the creators of this in collaboration with like Steve from Raven and Peter and you know Andrew from Soul Labs and Astrobanks. Like those guys all talk and hang out on a regular basis. And Jerry from Dryden and Marcus from Formix, they kind of all like communicate. And that's where this is the enthusiast level of the microbrand community, like providing the show for the people. So yeah, Chris says Christopher Ward was mobbed at District Time, and it was kind of weird too to see Christopher Ward with like one table. They had like one table. Typically, when Christopher Ward is at Wind Up, they have like an entire wall, so like it's a little more spread out. But at District Time, Christopher Ward had like one table. There were Mike was there, and an assistant, I forget her name. She's been with Christopher Ward forever, but they were like mobbed, 100% mobbed. Like probably 20 to 40-minute wait just to get to the table to look at watches. It was incredible. So, of course, like I said, Steve Raven's going to be there. Turnick and Rayville's going to be there. Alan, Zal Baltimore Watches is going to be there. And Vortec Watch, of course, going to be there because Colorado Watch are kind of under the same umbrella. So quite the lineup, Event vendors, Moto Escape, I don't know anything about them, and Valor Coffee. So there'll be some coffee there. So that'd be cool. A great lineup. Honestly, these are some of the brands. Probably going to talk out of turn a little bit, but these are some of the brands that we used to love and go intentionally to go see at Windup, and now they're absent of Windup. That's why this was created, is to provide another show alternative. So now we have District Time, we have Minutes and Hours, which I'm going to talk about that one next. That show is a new formatted Microlux. They have a great lineup. And then Intersect, of course. And then, of course, you still have Windup. But we're going to look at the Windup lineup. And I don't know, I just get a different vibe from it. I booked my ticket for San Francisco. I'm going to be at Windup San Francisco. I'll probably go to the Chicago one. And I'm definitely going to go to the New York one because I love the New York one. I want to love the San Francisco one, but I need to go there and like not drink because I keep getting sick every time I go there. I don't something in the liquor they have there or something. I don't know what it is, alcohol or something. So Intersect, March 23rd. Be there. I'm going to be there. So one day, we'll see. I know I'm going to love the vibe. I'm just curious to see what kind of attendance is going to be there. Oh, what is Mitch saying? Seaward founders are doing that meet and greet somewhere. I got an invite. Okay. I'll hit up Michael or something. You should, what is this? Josh says you should do your own show. Detroit would be a great city for it. You know what, Josh? That's actually not a bad idea. Are you in the Detroit metro area, Josh? And maybe you're just suggesting it, but honestly, maybe send me an email, randomrobreviews@gmail.com. I'm not opposed to setting that up. I think I would have enough support to make that happen with the brands. We just need to help them, give them the assist, give them the best time to do it and where to do it. We could set that up as the Michigan watch enthusiast level, and I'm going to be in Southeast Michigan, this weekend potentially. Like, so, yeah. Oh, okay. You were there several times for last fall. You don't live there though. Okay. So yeah, and that's the thing is like we'd pull from the people down in like Indiana, Ohio, in that area, potentially even over to Illinois. The Midwest people would come north. So yeah, and the other thing to look at too is how easy are these areas to fly into. Like Atlanta, most people, it's not too difficult to get into Atlanta. It's a busy airport. I'm not saying it's not a busy airport, but it's an inexpensive destination to get to via flight. So some people will come from further away. And Detroit would have that same ability. So let's see. Fedora Jen says, "Let's chat in the Wind Up channel on Discord." Yeah, we're gonna get all those chats set up. So and I'd pull from Toronto, which there's going to be a good watch show in Toronto too, and I need to get more details on that. But that's this fall, so there'll be a good show there too. I was invited to it, but there's a difference between being invited to a show and being brought to a show. So far, I haven't been brought to a show this year, um, and I know this sounds maybe bad to some people, but I spent like $20,000 in travel last year. I kind of can't do that again this year. I need like a little bit of help from some people or brands or sponsors or whatever. So I'm on the backside. I'm kind of working on that. All right, let's move on to the show after Intersect is actually called Minutes and Hours. Now, Minutes and Hours is Microlux evolved, right? So this guy right here, this is oh, shit. Why did I just cram? Oh, his name's probably right. Where's his name? Rich. His name is Rich. I don't see it on there, but and I just had a phone conversation with Rich not that long ago. There's a bunch of brand reps and owners here too. But the Chicago shows are great. There's a lot of really cool Chicago and surrounding area to Chicago that are great brands and everything like that. So if we look at the lineup here, we have Christopher Ward, Samir, Rado, Perlet, Q Watch. Some of these I don't know. Nevada Gretchen, Reservoir, Victorinox, Kokomo Watch Company is going to be there out of Indiana. Those guys are great. Seiko, Schofield. And some of these are going to be with authorized dealers. I don't think like Seiko Rep's going to be there. I think, or maybe they will be, but it'll be an authorized dealer promoting them. So Canopy is going to be there. Mac will be there. Fair and Swit, Core Timepieces, Trafford. I met up with some of these people at District Time too, because these are a more affordable option for these brands to go to these shows. They got travel expenses, they have the booth expenses. There's a lot of logistics involved, and it gets pretty expensive. So if they have a promoter that picks a venue and offers tables at a lower cost, I think that makes a better vibe for the show. Tipson's going to be there. Heim's going to be there. Sacred Crafts, Elka, Swiss Watch Company USA is going to be there. Origin Crude. Richard Harvey, he was at District Time. So we have a pretty good lineup for Minutes and Hours. There's some brands there that I don't know anything about that I'll check out. And then there's a bunch of brands there that, I can just say, hey, how's it going? Good to see you again, sort of thing. So I'll get some video coverage of the show. I say I'm going to go. There's always a possibility that I might not make it, but I'm going to do my best to make it. It's Saturday, April 6th. Actually, it's 2 days, isn't it? It's noon to 5. Yeah, it's April 6th and 7th. So that's Saturday and Sunday. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably blast down. It's noon. Actually, I could probably leave super early Saturday morning, get there. I think I did this before, and I could go to the show and then call it an early night or hang out with people if you guys want to hang out. Stay one night, and then I can swing by the show real quick, and then I can just head home. So that's my plan with Minutes and Hours. So if you guys are in the Chicago area, why would you not go? It's pretty cool. Nice lineup. James Duffy says, I love how all these shows are in cities with amazing food. Yeah, I try to limit that because that stuff gets me in trouble. I think that's part of the reason why I have problems with some of this travel. So, Dane, if you go to the Chicago show, Pat Kevlar, it's kind of not like that. Their venue is actually right off Michigan Ave, if I remember, if they're in the same place. Pretty safe, and you're in the middle of the day. Oh, Josh says the Cubs are in town that weekend. That's awesome. Maybe we can go catch a game or something. That'd be kind of cool. Travis says Rich has something for YouTubers. Yeah, he said that to me on the phone. I don't need anything. I mean, unless he's giving me cash. I don't need anything. That's fine. 100% agree with you on that, Eric. Boston should have one of these shows. I've only had a layover in Boston. I've never actually got out and checked out Boston. I would love to go check it out. I know it can be rough in certain areas, but I'm assuming the places that if I were to hang out with you, Mr. Larson, in Boston, you'd show me all the best places. So James says, watch folks are usually packing steel, so travel in groups. Yeah. So if I'm there, it's usually okay. It's usually okay. We'll just say that. So um, yeah, that's why I try to have so many buddies and stuff that I hang out with because I put them all around me, and I don't need Kevlar. I have like Fleshlar. Like I'm just like secret. It's like super secret service. They don't even know they're in the secret service. So okay, moving on to the next show, Windup Watch Fair. This is in the first weekend of May. They moved their venue. They're at Fort Mason. They are, I think it's like up by the water. It's up by the pier, if I'm not mistaken. I have a bunch of Bay Area friends. I know Fedora Gent's in the chats. He should be able to chime in and let me know. Uh, Here's the link for Windup. Okay, so John Fedora Gent, he's one of my admins. He just posted up a link there. So Dane, I'm telling you, you gotta travel a little bit. Like I know you're in like sunny Florida and it's beautiful and everything like that, and you gotta deal with an occasional Florida man incident. But I'm telling you, you gotta get out, you gotta hang out with me, go travel a little bit. These places are not, it's not like you think. I'm telling you, I go to these places and I walk around, I have no problem. Now, of course, I put my blinders on a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see what I want to see, but that's just part of having a positive disposition and just only really focus on the best things in life. Because otherwise, what's the point, right? So Fedora Jet says it's by Chrissy Field and the Marina. So I'm excited to go to this one, a new venue. Oh, dang, that's awesome! You're going to Italy in April. You did not tell me about that. That's awesome. Oh, I'm not hating on Florida. I'm not hating on Florida Man. Nope. Florida Man is super entertaining. We got to have our Florida Man articles. If I'll go to the city, anyone will, says Chris. First of all, I wish all you guys could come hang out with me in like my posse, my guys, right? My crew when we go to these places because hanging out with Chris, definitely if we have a little something to drink or something, and Mark and Bean Boy and just like everybody. When after the show, sometimes before the show, we go hang out and stuff like that. It gets entertaining. It can be fun. So, and if we get enough drinks into YZ80, he does best, the best Archie Luxury impression I've ever heard. Like I almost want to do a video of it. I got to get them blasted, and then we'll do that. So anyway, back to the show. San Francisco, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A show so big they have to do 3 days. New location. There it is, kind of on the map. Do I know that area? Oh, we could. Oh, after the show, we could go over to Oakland and hang out there. No, we're not doing that. Okay, let's look at the lineup. Why Bean Boy says YZ Luxury. Yeah, you know it. You've heard it. The first time I heard it was not this district time 2024, but it was 23 district time, and we were all hanging out in my room drinking, tying it down pretty good. And Chris just busted out into that, or YZ80 busted into that impression, and I was blown away. I was like, it's like I'm meeting Archie Luxury. It was awesome, and I don't even watch his channel, but like you can tell it's awesome. Accutron, Baltic Brew, Bruno, Bulva, Citizen, G-Shock, Laco, Maniz. So you got all the big brands here, but there's clearly some brands missing. Side note on this, Josh Perkins. I'm like OG super fan of Too Short. I used to rock all his stuff back in high school, but I did remember hearing somebody that interviewed him. It was like on a radio show or something like that. And after they left, or on another day or something, they said out of all the people they've ever interviewed, Too Short had the strongest smell of weed on him than any other person they had ever had in the studio, like coming in for an interview. So neat little fact about Too Short. He rolls around with quite the aroma. So Christopher Ward, Circular Citizen, Duckworth Prestex will be there. Fortis will be there. Some of the bigger brands obviously will be there. Islander Watch going to be there. Market Islander and his crew helping him will be in full effect. They'll have a ton of watches. I didn't check with him. I don't think he's going to lug watches out to California to sell. He might have some for sale in Chicago, but even that's difficult. He'll definitely have for sale uh, watches for sale in New York. That's another thing that I need to talk to some brand owners and even the event organizers. I think it's a huge miss with a brand being at a watch show and not having watches, at least some, available for us to emotionally impulse buy a watch. Because most of us, when we go to the show, we want to buy a watch. We want to leave the show with that watch. So when the brand that maybe you're looking at that you're interested in doesn't have it available, or they say they can ship it to you, then all I do, or most people, they go to a different booth and they try to find one that has that watch in stock, and then you almost compromise or redirect to get that experience and leave the show with a watch. So Fedora Gent, I know you've done that. I know Paul has done that. I know quite a few people I go with that actually buy a watch when they go to the show. That's common practice. We've talked about it at great length. Like, we want to buy a watch. We came there to buy a watch. Fedora Gent said he's not going there and dropping too large again. Well, he walked out with bags full. He was like cleaning the place up. 100%, 100% YZ80. Timing is everything with an emotional, impulsive purchase like a watch. It, you got to have it to sell it. Yep, right there. Tails Neon 556 bought a Laco in New York City. Why did he buy a Laco? Because they had it for sale. Dane did it in Naples. That's a little different there in AD. But I'm saying at these watch shows, most of these overseas brands, they're not going to have watches there to sell because there's customs they have to check. And I get that. But there's other ways to do it. And it just seems like they're not trying hard enough to do that. Like, we go there, Brew will probably be able to sell you a watch, and they're affordable. I think Baltic was selling watches. Like, some of them will, some of them don't. Stella will probably have some for sale. Vortic Watch, you should be able to buy a watch from. And a lot of them you just can't unless like. But guys, look at this is the lineup. That's the full brand list. Doesn't that seem? Again, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but doesn't that seem a little deficient? It doesn't seem like a massive show. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good size show. I'm still going to have a good time and everything like that, but you can see like the void, and the void is pretty much all of the or most of the brands that are over at Intersect now, or that have migrated over to, or all have been over at like the other shows and just are not going to pony up to that. So I'm curious to see what the Windup Watch shows look like. All right, let's switch back to this. Let's talk a little watches here. Von Cruel says, I could see buying a watch at a show for a kick. I'm usually so keen on finding the best price from a reputable seller. Yeah, and it all just depends. Like, really, show purchases, unless you already had like some of those on radar and the stars align. But typically, some of the show purchases are watches that maybe you didn't have on radar, and it's just, like I said, an impulsive, emotional purchase. Carlos bought 4 watches at New York Windup. The New York Windup had a decent amount of watches to sell, and pretty easy to do. Like, when Brew's there, they're pretty affordable. Islander watches there, they're pretty affordable, and they bring stock. So let's see. Paul says definitely score some good deals if you negotiate on those watches. Great time to buy. And some of that is, if they're allowed to, you can come back Sunday, show's winding down. Maybe they don't want to pack them up. You can work a deal. You could even say with some of these brands, I'm totally fine with it because I don't really care. Some of these brands, I did it with the Zhao. He's like, well, do you need the box and everything? Because he has really nice packaging. I'm like, no, I don't need it. That's fine. You get yourself a discount, and you get yourself a show special. If you're willing to, compromise on the packaging or stuff like that. Laurier never brings stock. That's fine. Luke says, "Hey, G-Shock has watches for sale." Luke, in case you don't know, if you go over to Instagram and you follow Luke on there, he constantly post up like some amazing pictures of G-Shocks and like older Casios and mostly like digital watches, but heck of a collection. And you make you make all the watches look great on with your pictures. So very cool meeting Luke and following him on Instagram and seeing what he posts up. James says more than one of us at Windup San Francisco last year would return from the show floor with a new watch every time. Yeah, I mean, I try every time I go to a show, I try to leave with a watch. You know, sometimes, sometimes it was something I thought I wanted, or sometimes it's just a emotional, impulsive purchase. It is what it is. 4 o'clock crown says Stella was impressive in the metal. I agree. The Stella watches are good. We definitely cleaned out at Momentum. That was, I don't know if they're still hard to get, but they were really hard to get. Dane says, I am past the hour. That is true, but I'm really nursing my drink, so we're fine. At time, loom it up. We can slow roll some loom. I can start shutting some of the things down. And Fortis, that's right. Luke has some Fortis watches too, some older ones and newer ones. It's fun. See, Paul says it's fun to attend the event anyway. Great community. That is 100% true. Even if you don't buy a watch, it's cool to try them on, talk to the brand owners, definitely talk to the other watch enthusiasts. That's one of the highlights. Meeting new people and just strike up conversation. There's literally, it has never happened to me that I've been at the watch show and I'll be standing next to somebody or waiting in line or whatever like that, and I'll just start joking around with them, hey, what are you wearing and stuff like that. Nobody's ever said like, I'm just here to look at this booth, like go away. No one has ever said that. It's totally a safe place, and fun. We're all just watch enthusiasts kind of doing the same thing. So now I'm slow rolling the loom shot here. John, do they have discounts? Yes, typically they'll have discounts. There are quite a few brands that do not discount their watches, and I respect their decision to do that. I think it devalues the brand a little bit, but I think when you come to a show and you're going to bring inventory to sell, give them some swag, give them something extra, give 10, 20% off, do something, right? Do something. So, but that's typically the case. You'll probably get something off. Aha. James Duffy says, I always wear something crazy to see who is a true watch nerd at the show. Two of the coolest watches I looked at on Saturday at district time were brands. They were on people's wrist, and I meant to bring them up. Maybe I'll bring it up in a future video. And they were both super obtainable and affordable watches. They were super cool. Both of them white dial watches, and I did take pictures of them. That was Saturday. Like I didn't even take any content picture video of the rest of the show, and I missed out on some brands, but I did take those wrist shots of those watches. Just geeked out. I tried to buy them off them, but they wouldn't sell them. I try to do that too. Let's give these guys a quick blast. And there's the loom. There's the loom. Love the orange dial watches. We have 3 full loomed orange watches on the table. That's something I never really thought would happen. So that's awesome that companies are out there making full loom orange dial watches. I think that's ridiculous, and I'd like to see more of it. But most of my orange watches have incredible loom. I don't think any of them are really deficient. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next video.